Monday mini makes. Today I'm going to continue with the with the paper craft theme by thinking of some ways in which I can utilise things around my home to make nice gift wrap and treats for people I love, and sending care packages and that sort of thing. I have a puppy asleep under the desk. Hopefully he stays asleep. Whether he does or not, I guess, remains to be seen. But I'm going to be keeping everything crossed. There's a couple of different things I'm going to look to make today. First are gift bags. Nice little gusseted gift bags. And the second are these. And here's one that was made earlier. These little things here. Now these are little envelopes for, as you can see, for tea bags, so they could be for anything really, but these ones are for tea bags, and you can see I've got a hole punched here where you can put some twine through, and then you can hang them and give them as favours. These ones I actually received as a favour from my godchildren's christening coming up to 2 years ago. So yeah, this tea is obviously no good now, I'm sure, but I just liked it and I've kept it, and I'm going to make some myself. And then we will look also at envelopes, and if there's time, pillow boxes, although I might do those another time. I'm looking for inventive ways to pack stitch markers and things like that. Hey, welcome. Nice to see some people in the chat. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Welcome to Monday Mini Makes. I lose count of how many weeks we've been doing this for now, but it is always a pleasure. And yeah, I have to say, we've done some fibre crafts, we've done some weaving, we've done some sewing, and we're returning this week to paper crafts with inventive gift wrap. Now, as with last week, a lot of these I haven't actually done before, so I'm going to be trying them for the first time live, and I invite you to try with me if you would like. Of course, there's no obligation to. You could just watch it go terribly wrong, or do it with me another time. So I've got, I've also got a really squeaky chair. I've got a few materials here. As you can see, I've got some scrapbooking paper. I don't actually do scrapbooking, so these will just be used for gift bags and boxes. And I have some craft paper. Again, these are all Christmas themed. And I'm basically thinking ahead to Christmas. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. It's incidental. This just happens to be what I had upstairs, and as I said, I'm not trying to go around and get things from other places. I want to use what I've got in my home as far as possible. So a few things you're going to need some good scissors. A cutting mat would be a good idea if you've got one. I have here a craft knife, but again, not essential. But if you've got it, it's nice to have. Some other bits and pieces there. Okay, so I'm going to start by having a go at making a traditional gusseted paper bag. Okay, now the important thing to note about your gift bag is that it needs to be wider than it is tall. That's really important. I'm actually just going to go ahead and use this piece in its entirety. I've got no idea how that's going to work, but this is my first go, so it's a mock-up. So I'm going to use the paper I like the least. So I'm going to start by folding it not quite in half. I'm going to make sure there's a nice overlap. Oh, excuse me. I'm also going to unfold it and fold the top down. None of this is being done particularly precisely. I'm just having a go. This is a mock-up tonight. I can't quite believe how quickly Mondays seem to come round at the moment. I mean, obviously they're once a week. That hasn't changed, but it's definitely helping break up the lockdown for me doing this. Right, so there we go. So we'll fold this, there we go. So I've got a little bit of a dodgy edge there. Okay. I've got no idea if glue is going to be strong enough. I'll probably need some sort of double-sided tape. But as I said, this is just a mock-up, so we're just going to go with this at this point. The idea, I guess, is to have a look at the process, at how it typically works. There we are. Right, so that's stuck down. That's worked. That's excellent. Okay, the next thing to do is to fold a gusset over. Now this is the bit that's going to open up at the bottom. So I'm just going to fold it just a little way, not too much. Okay, unfold, and then I'm going to press the sides down, the triangles down like that. Okay. Oh, this is going surprisingly smoothly. I've not done this before, but so far, so good. Okay. So now I'm going to fold this over. And this bit will get stuck. I'm actually going to swap it around so there we are. Goodness, this is going surprisingly well. Now, next week, guys, we're going to move away from paper crafts and back to fibre arts because I've promised a very special little girl that we will look at doing some very special pom-poms. Right, okay, so that should now have a gusset. I think the last thing to do is to fold these sides over and give them a good press. Excuse the wiggling of the tripod. Well, not a tripod, it's one of the swan thingies that you get. Do you know what? I think this has worked. Although I seem to have folded that one further than that one. Let's just give that a bit of an extra, a little bit extra there, just to make it a bit more even. Okay, so now I'm gonna open this up and fold those bits in. Yep, that looks like that's worked. Okay, this paper is not the best thing to use. Okay, open this bottom up, fold it in. And there we have, it's more like a little pick and mix bag than a gift bag, but there you have it. Little gift bag there. I could have done a bit of a neater job at the bottom, but the principle's there, isn't it? It's not too bad. And then all I need to do is just hole punch into here and put some twine through, and we have a gift bag. So that's the basic process. Let's try that again with a smaller piece of paper and see if we can get something a bit more, I don't know, user friendly through. Bit of a smaller one, why not? So I'm just going to cut a little bit off of this sheet of paper. Don't worry that you can't see it at the moment. I'm basically just cutting a rough rectangle. Playing around with ideas at this point tonight, ladies and gents. So we're going to try that process again. So I've got a smaller piece of paper, but it's not the same width though, is it? So it's still going to be very narrow. So I'm actually going to chop a little bit off the side here. No, I'm going to chop a bit more of the height. That's it. It's the height that needs to be chopped. That'd be a better height, I think. Right. Okay, so step one, fold a tiny lip down to make sure you've got something to hole punch and you haven't got a raw edge. Step two, fold your paper in half with a small overlap. There we go. Is that enough overlap, I think? Yep. About ½ inch. Marvellous. Okay. Step three. Hello, Jess. Nice to see you. If you are watching this on YouTube after the fact, folks, and you hear me talking to people, that is because this was streamed live at 8 PM British Summer Time on Twitch TV/The Project Bag. And I can interact there with people in the chat. I had a lovely weekend, thank you, Jess. I hope you did, and I hope you're well. Right, okay, so that's the first two steps done. Step three is to fold over what will be your gusset. Okay, it doesn't need to be too deep. Might make it a little deeper, just for interest's sake. So it's about 1.5 centimetres. Okay, then you open up the bottom and press the sides in so you get these nice triangle shape. Okay, press that side in. There we go. Marvellous. Okay, then you fold that down and fold that up. It needs to come a little bit further down actually, to just over the halfway line, and then that goes up to just over the halfway line as well. So you end up with this kind of like almost arrowhead look there. All right, and that gets stuck down as well. This is going to be quite a quick Monday mini makes this week, folks. I'm just going to try a few different gift bag type things out and we will take it from there. Okay, so next step. This is where it didn't go particularly well for me. I think it needs to come in to there, doesn't it? So you need to fold over up to and including your edge of your triangle. Okay, and give that a really good press. Same on the other side. There we go. So in theory, these are really nice, easy things to make. I would probably definitely use better glue than what I'm using. So then you open it up. Okay. And all you need to do is just pinch this the other way. Fold it in like so. Again, pinch that the other way, fold it in like so, and you have yourself a little gift bag. I think that's quite sweet, really. Quite pleased with that. So the size really just depends on how high and how wide your piece of paper is. You see, I've got two very different ones there. If you wanted, you could also, when you've put your gift in it, you could choose to fold that over and have it like a little sandwich bag type thing, type of affair going on there. I've clearly got a bit of work to do still because my edges aren't completely crisp, but for a first attempt, I don't think that's too shabby. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, on to the next make. Okay, so this one uses a square of paper or card. Okay, I'm going to use some craft card for this. It's the same stuff I used to make the flowers the other week, so it's quite firm. And I'm going to do the same as before. But this time I'm going to cut a square out rather than just folding. So I'm going to take a pen so you can see it more easily, sorry. And just, there we go. Use this original as a template. Oops. Bit of a scruffy template, but there we are. Okay. So I'm going to cut this square out. Sorry, I would normally do this in front of you, but the camera decided to be upside down today, which was fun. So I've turned it around. The result is the charger wire is sticking right across me, right across the desk. Okay, so I have my triangle. Now we're actually going to start by folding it in half, point to point. Okay, so very similar to how we started our flowers last week. Oops, sorry about the jiggling. And now we're going to look to cut just a bit off, so you end up with, if I use my pen, just over halfway along this side, and just over halfway along this side. So that is going to be where you fold across. I'm already regretting doing this in the card already. I'll do it in the fancy paper after this. I'm just doing it in the card here. Hello, hello Sockbugger97, welcome. We are making some gift bags tonight. some fun packaging ideas. Now I have designs on sending care packages to the people I care about during this lockdown, and I just thought, how can I make them look extra special? This is actually a tea bag envelope, which sounds like a really bizarre thing to be sending, but let's face it, in these circumstances, who doesn't need tea? So you can see that's the start of our envelope there. So we've got that folded. But there is a little bit more to be done. So we're actually going to turn it over and fold it so the point is almost at the bottom. And same on this side. Okay, so you can see why I did this in card first, because I've actually already got it wrong. I've used the same template, but you can see the problem there. It's not going to hold much. This is too low. And if I look at this, I am a good thumb's width out. So I need to do this again, but a little bit smaller. So it's not bad for a first attempt. Let's discard that. Let's open up this again to use as our template. This is where I'm going to be super brave. Will this fit? Just about. Use some of my I'm still going to use card for this one, just for now, because I don't have paper the right width. So we're just going to use this as a template, the original. I'm also going to cheat this time, and I'm going to mark on here where the fold lines are. So I'm cheating now. There we are. Right, so blatant, unashamed cheating there. Now this one actually doesn't use any glue. It's purely folding, so if you're looking to be completely environmental, then, you know, possibly a good way to do it. Obviously using recycled cardstock, you could do this using newspaper, it'd look quite charming. Brown parcel paper, repurpose other packaging. You could decoupage if you wanted, and then end up, you know, using cereal boxes again. We love a bit of cereal box usage on here. Okay, so I'm going to start by folding to those dots that I drew before. More or less. Come on, just a little bit more. You could do it. There we are. There we are. There's that one. And then there's that one. And I'm going to fold it in half diagonally as well, if it will let me. Doesn't seem to really want to. This card is definitely too thick to work with, but you know, you use what you got, don't you? You use what you've got. Right, okay, so there we are. That's that folded. Now what we're going to do is fold it in half up the way. And then we're going to, come on, you can do it. This is going to be so much easier with paper, I think. There we are. Right, okay. And I need to fold it like that all the way across. And do the same on the other side. Okay, there we have a little tea bag envelope. And if I could find my hole punch, I would hole punch it. And there was another tea bag knocking around somewhere. Oh well, it's a two tea bag envelope anyway. Little hole punch. And there you go. I don't know if it's thicker than a cereal box. It's definitely stiffer. It depends. It depends, I suppose, on the quality of the cardstock. But yeah, so there's that one. Okay, I'm going to move on to trying little envelopes now. Now, excuse the fact that I am using Christmas paper here. If you can't get ahead, then, you know. Oh, that's irritating. I can't find my notes. Okay. So, I would say give it a go, definitely, Jess. Definitely. Right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by drawing a heart. Now, I am historically horrible at drawing hearts, so please don't judge me. My hearts never end up the same on both sides, as you can see. That's just horrible. Okay, I'm gonna cheat at this point and probably completely ruin the look of the paper, but by the end of this I'll have a template, and I think that's a good thing. One of the other things I'm going to look at doing is actually making a little box if my battery holds up. So cereal boxes, I should imagine, would definitely be good for that. I mean, this is a kind of a bumper edition of mini makes, isn't it? How many mini things can we create? Right, so I've got a heart that I've cut out of my Christmassy fabric. This is a small one, so this is going to come up really small. Okay. And what we start off with excuse me, sorry, it's my phone. There we go. Right, so this becomes the top, and this folds in. Okay, so we're going to start by folding it in so the round bits of the heart kind of match. That's a really poorly explained explanation. Okay, so I'm going to fold those bits in like so. Okay. And then fold this up the way. Come on. Now even this paper seems too thick all of a sudden. And then you've got your little envelope top there. Okay, so there is a little teeny tiny envelope that you can do using a heart shape. It won't fit much in there, just a little letter. But that was quite a satisfyingly quick thing. I should imagine this would be quite a good one for advent calendars, that sort of thing. I've managed to do it's my dear's heads upside down look. But you could always just write a little note in there as well. So together apart. And there you go. There's your little envelope with your hidden message inside. It's quite a sweet little thing, isn't it? Quite a sweet little thing. Okay, there's another one to do with squares of paper. I'm going to try and take one that isn't directional now. How's my battery getting on? 20%. Right, so we've got one last one to do, and then we're going to call it a night. I know it's only a very, very short one tonight, guys, but it is what it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this down to make it into a square, my piece of paper here. Okay, seen this trick before. You just take one corner and take it until it is flush with the other edge, and the edges are flush all the way along, and then that gives you a square. All right, this is the last one we're going to try tonight. Okay, so you've opened it up. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to fold the bottom up like that, so it looks almost like a little paper boat. And we're going to do the same the other side. Okay, so then when you open it up, you have got a shape very similar to the one we came up with the tea bag one. Okay, then we're going to just fold these tips in along the fold line. These are just little quick makes. Fold that up to there. And then we're going to bring this across, just like we did with the tea bag one. Bring this across. Okay, so far it looks a bit like the tea bag envelope that we had. Okay, now we're going to open it up. And we're going to fold that edge to that edge. Sorry about this. This is really hard to do. Oh, I think I had it right the first time. Ah! All right. There we go. Right, okay, so you're going to fold that like a little triangle there. Okay, and you're going to do the same to fold that there. So you've got these two little triangles folded in. Don't know how well you can see that. Do you see? So I've just folded those in there. If I lift this down. Is that better? Make sure it's nice and flat at the bottom. Okay, so far so good. And then we're going to fold this top bit down into there. Okay. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to fold. This is meant to stay put. We're going to fold this in as a triangle there. It's quite hard to see, even for myself, what I'm doing, so I don't know how well this is going onto camera. Ah, look, there we go. It's quite clever, isn't it? Can you see in there? We're making a teeny tiny bag. All right, and the same on this side. We're folding that Come on, you can do it. You've got this. There we go. Right, so basically, if you can see what's happening, is the edge of our bottom gusset is lining up with the side, and that's the kind of triangle shape we're making. So I've just got to put mine back together because it's collapsed on me. But I've got my first triangle here. And hopefully the edges are lining up. Yep. And the gusset edges line up. Wonderful. Right, and then that folds down over the top to hold it in place. And then the same happens on the other side. And this folds down to hold this one in place. Ah! Oh my goodness. My hands are like, I've got sausage fingers and this is not good. Right, okay. How am I going to get this to stay put? Oh my goodness. Hello, puppy. Got a puppy sort of leaning up against me now as well, which isn't helping. Right, okay. And that goes in like that. Oh, come on. I'm going to resort to the glue. I'm resorting to the glue. Origami is not my thing. All right. if in doubt, stick it. That's my motto. Stay there. Goodness me. All right, that's one side. Let's deal with this other side now that doesn't want to be dealt with. Stubborn thing. There we go. Right, okay, done. And then you've got your little gussetted bag, which you can hole punch. That's terribly made, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Right, so you could choose to hole punch that, or if you made it a bigger one, you could fold it over and have it like a little sandwich bag. But basically, there's another way of doing your gusseted gift bag. So you've got two different ways of doing it there. I quite like this one, to be honest with you. I like that you don't have a visible seam up the back, which you've got on these ones. You see there? And it feels a little bit more sturdy. I definitely want to have a go at doing this again with a bigger piece of paper, to be honest with you. I think the size of paper let me down. I also think how cross I got with it let me down as well, because I've ended up folding this in way too much and it's lost its integrity as a bag. But if you want a how not to do it, then tonight is probably your lucky night. But there we are. So gift bag, tea bag envelope, different style gift bag, lid on the glue, can't be irresponsible. Done. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's Monday mini make. It really is a mini make tonight, only 45 minutes long, but hey, isn't that the idea? I hope you're well, I hope you're staying safe, and I hope to see you again next Monday for another mini make. Take care. Bye.